700th century. So this song was written by him, and it means that Gnana, which is knowledge, and Bhakti, which is devotion, are one and the same. So that's what he's saying. So this is pranam, which is to the entire Mother Earth, the universe. I take the blessings, and in my thought, word, and deed, I greet you. So we say namaste. Shall we all say namaste?
Namaste.
We bow our head, which is in my thought, in my hand, which is my deed, and my word, I greet you. That's what namaste means. This classical dance was composed and written almost 6,000 years ago in an ancient country of India, where 12 rivers flow, the mountains in the north shake with thunder, and the great river of Ganges and Brahmaputra flow, where so many, the Dravidians in the south, the Aryans in the north, in a country where there are 700 dialects that people speak. They embrace, they love, they live and speak the great philosophy of the Hindu Vedas. This particular dance means pa, which is music, ra, which is the raga, the flow of the tone, ta, the tala, which is the beat. In composing and in dancing to this cosmic movement, it's truly a cosmic, divine being of the human body in the form of yoga, the Vedas. By doing it, you will feel the totality with the universe. So that's just explaining what the dance is. This song is, it's easier for me to talk and dance. So the Bhaja Govindam is a song written. I'm not going to dance the meaning, I'm just going to dance to it.
Okay.
back to a better world. You just saw Asha, here to my left, dancing, and I hope you enjoyed it. Asha was trained in doing dance as a child and was kind enough recently to come here and perform some dance, and hopefully maybe by the end of the show she'll be doing some more. Thank you, Asha.
You're welcome.
Beautiful dance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Richard and Asha are dear friends of mine, and they came in from Sag Harbor, where they have a wonderful, wonderful restaurant. Richard actually used to be a major restaurateur here in New York. Maybe some of you know of the restaurant that was known as Garvin's down on Waverly Place. Well, he has since moved on into other domains of his life, all very rich and very, very special. And we'll be speaking about some of his and their journey today on the show, because it's really exemplary. They've been involved with Sai Baba, and this was actually one of the ways in which we met. I, as you know, went to India very recently and just came back, and this is the show that I'm going to be talking to you some. I'm not going to be able to contain it all in one show, I don't believe. Some of my experiences being in India, and in particular in the ashrams of Satya Sai Baba. Well, we'll share. Asha asked me to tell her again of some of my experiences, because there was apparently something in it that reached her heart, and we recently had a group of people here, and it reached many people's hearts, because there's something very genuine and something very heartfelt about what my experience was, and I think it just sort of relates to what a lot of people's experiences have been, kind of a heart awakening experience in being in the presence of this very special being, Sai Baba. And we'll of course be letting you all know about that. We're going to be having just a general conversation here that we sort of decided to let you eavesdrop on, because whenever we're all together, we have some of the most incredible conversations. And it's been a rolling conversation now for a couple of days. And we finally decided to turn on the camera and let y'all in on it. So, isn't that so?
It's wonderful. It's absolutely so.
First of all, maybe you would just give us a little bit, Asha, about what your background is in India, and especially as it relates to dance and Indian dance. Can you say a little something to us about it?
My background in India is that I come from a very ancient family, which is about 6,000 some years old.
You've got very old parents.
Very old parents. I'm a pure Aryan, and I come from a royal family, so I was not allowed to dance. Dancing in my caste is considered to be prostitution.
Really?
So,
and which caste is that?
The royal people who are rulers, you know. You have a courtesan dance in your court, not that you dance. So that was, you're supposed to be the ruler, that type of a thing. So I don't know how I got inspired into dance as a child, but somehow I joined a dance academy, the oldest.
At what age?
I was 3 years old.
3?
3. I got my first degree in dance when I was 9.
So you, despite the caste policy, your family let you study dance anyway?
Yeah, I somehow managed to do it. I don't know how. I used to we would perspire so much from the dancing. I dare not come back into the house, the clothes sticking on me. So I would carry a set of clothes, change in the neighbor's house, you know. I don't know what. Somehow I managed it.
But your family knew that you were,
yes,
obviously,
they knew.
had to bring you at
Yes,
age 3.
yes. So, right. I would go with my sister, she was older than me. Somehow we managed it. And so that's about it. Then I danced, and I have several degrees, and I met somebody in London and I danced there. And then I came to Baltimore and I was dancing at the Peabody Conservatory, teaching actually.
Teaching dance?
Teaching dance at the conservatory, and while learning ballet from them. So that's how it all happened. And I went to White House 3 times. I danced.
Really?
Many parts of the world. And I used
For what precedence?
Only one.
Oh, he had you come back 3
Johnson.
times.
Well, yeah, they had. It was not like that. It was just some Indian official had come from India. And I was elected by Maryland Art Council and the Baltimore School Board as Miss India USA. I was elected. I won some kind of a trophy. So they
You
elected
never told me any of this.
Yeah, for 6 years.
India did.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
sorry, the Indian embassy in the Washington.
Was that based on beauty?
and
character?
dance and all that. Well, I think I was the only girl around in those days, so there was not much competition. They had to make do. Today you have a lot of choices. When I see all those girls, oh my God, I would never stand a chance. But you know, that's how I got in there. And I went to the White House, I danced.
The Indian women, I think, are the most beautiful women in the world.
Well, I would have to agree with you.
Would you?
Seeing that
I think you
Asha
are
and I are
agree.
very involved. That would be a wise response.
So
Take it
that's,
to heart.
so that's what
Yes.
it was. And then
Mhm.
I had 6 schools and my own school, and then I was a correspondent with Washington. So I used to write about dancing, and then I got into some book writing, and then I got in together with these ballet dancers. And then I danced all, and I somehow wound up dancing in Europe, and so that's what it was. But I'm not a very good dancer, I'm not.
Did you dance for President Johnson? Or did
Johnson,
You just,
Johnson. But it was, I only met him once. There was the officials, the Indian people who came, and they give a little entertainment,
yes.
and they called the Washington.
Did he appreciate your dance?
Oh, of course. Oh, well, when Johnson was there, usually what I used to do in those days is I would invite the guests to come up on the stage and dance with me. So here I am, 5 feet, and he's very tall man, you know. So I've been
Oh, did you bring Johnson on stage?
on the stage, and then the snake dance is what I used
She
to
is
do.
one of the few people who could get away with something like
Well,
that.
the snake dance
Gracefully.
is what I used to have them do, and it would just look, it was hilarious, because they can move like that,
Sure.
you know. And when they would try, it would look so funny, and I move here and there. It was the craziest scene. So that's the, of course he had to appreciate me.
Yes, he had to. I'm sure he did.
So
I'm
that's
sure you
about
were
it.
a lovely couple.
But you can't make it on dance, and so it's all over and behind. I got into business.
Well, you love to
Yeah.
dance. Your passion
But
is in dance.
it's really, yeah.
You release yourself and express yourself through dance. When you have something to say, you have to stand up and
Yeah.
Yeah.
move your body.
In
and
our
express
conversation
yourself.
yesterday, in the middle of it, you stood up and said, well, let me tell you, let me put it this way.
Express it through movement. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
easier. It's easier.
For you.
You know.
And it's beautiful.
And I think that you understand me, because I'm trying to express myself, who comes from a 7,000-8,000-year-old culture, and some of the feelings that I'm feeling and how I'm reacting. The words cannot touch. It's very, you know,
Yeah.
but if I can show it through my face, it's easy to understand how I'm feeling.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Which is why even sign language is pretty powerful as a medium, because it has elements of dance, obviously.
Sure.
And just an observation I'll make, because I've studied and taught Tai Chi Chuan for many years, and have been involved in different body disciplines. Your center of gravity is so well focused in your middle, so you're so perfectly erect, soft erect, that it's like you're spinning on an axis. And so, even though you're very expressive for different parts of your body, there's a stance, a posture that is so uplifting and regal. It's really beautiful to see.
That's exactly
That's just the
Indian
truth.
concept.
Huh?
That's exactly the Indian dance concept.
Yes. It's the concept because it's true.
Mhm.
It's a universal principle. That's why it underlies all dance, really, whether it's being fulfilled altogether or not, and is the guiding principle in Tai Chi and other related spiritual body disciplines, because there's an idea of the center, there's an idea of straightness, connection above, connection below. And if you maintain that, whatever you express is being fully expressed and is readable by an audience. So,
But I
anyway.
just have to say one thing before we go
Okay.
on. When you learn Bharatanatyam, the dance that I have studied, you never get a muscular pain. You never twist. If anything, it's constantly always in rhythm with the cosmic movement. But a ballet dancer always has one tendon pull here. And I felt, in having studied both, that the gravitational forces in ballet were not as in total unity with the universe as Bharatanatyam was. So you tell us, what did you do in India and what took you there?
This is our host over here, Miss Raven Show. He's directing the conversation.
You know Asha, right?
In other words, what are you doing with this guy?
Nothing to say.
From LBJ to Richard, what happened here?
Right. Oh, you're moving upward. Richard, it would be great for you to tell us of the saga, and it really is, before we get into some of your rich numerological knowledge. So you can give us some overall notions of where we are right now as it is expressed numerologically and where we're heading. About how you got in touch with your own spiritual center and how that evolved to your meeting Asha and being where you are now.
Okay, I'll try. Well, my name is Richard Garvin.
On my show.
And I was living a very elegant life of the 80s, owning Garvin's restaurant, which I had built myself.
What a beautiful restaurant.
And my focus was
I told you I used to go there.
Achievement, and it was a great opportunity. Here was a property that I started from the beginning as a wine and cheese cafe. They couldn't give the property away in '78, so the rent was like $5 a square foot. So I had an opportunity to build something. I came in the restaurant business through the back door. So I opened a wine and cheese cafe, which was an inexpensive way to start, and I already had 2 of them on Long Island. And after a year, was able to develop it into a restaurant. After a couple of years, took the store next door and started doing parties. Another couple of years, I took the store next to that, which was an existing jazz club, and made it my own jazz club, and started doing larger parties.
What club was that?
Syncopation. And then the property ended, so I was there for 14 years on Waverly Place. And the property ended with the village roller skating rink being taken over by Garvin's restaurant,
right,
and turned into Club Paradise, which was an opportunity to go into the nightclub business and do music that was African, Brazilian, and Caribbean, and dance-oriented. It was the opposite of the elegance of Garvin's restaurant, where we would do 2 or 3 weddings and many special occasions.
And it was a really elegant restaurant.
And it was fun downstairs. So downstairs,
yes,
it was all the tropics, the colors, the feeling, the opposite of the concrete, steel, and the coldness of the city, and the opposite of the elegance upstairs. So I got to do everything.
2 entirely different expressions of your psyche.
Well, it was many different expressions. I had like 4 different businesses there: a jazz club, a catering operation, an original wine and cheese cafe, an elegant restaurant, and a tropical nightclub.
Of course, in the elegant restaurant, you also had tarot readers and psychics
I was always
milling about.
I was always interested
readings.
in the occult energy, in the unseen. I would attract people of the same mind. So I had a woman, Karen Johnson, that read tarot cards there for a number of years. I had Beatrice Rich doing her readings independently, but would use my restaurant as the place where they were held. So it was the fulfillment of my ambition to make it in New York, and I was amazed that I made it on such a grand scale, having no history in the business, no education. So it had this lucky unseen force working through it, where I had to go and do this to really establish my own ego on a certain level.
And would you also say linked with a lot of hard work?
Oh, it was a lot of hard work, of course, but I would have never stayed in business without resourcefulness and perseverance and really marrying the business. It wasn't any cakewalk, but when you love something...
No pun intended. Right. No, the point I'm trying to illustrate, Richard, is that luck comes in many different forms, or, the old expression of God helps those who help themselves.
Oh, sure.
This seems like an example of you're putting in the dedication and the hard work and the perseverance and being met halfway or somewhere therein.
Yeah, sure.
By the grace of above.
You have to be in action to make anything happen.
Yeah.
But I felt very well supported. The change started happening after the harmonic conversion in 1987.
Conversion, I like that. That's good. Convergence.
Convergence, sorry.
But it was a harmonic conversion. That's a more accurate. Yeah. Go on.
So it was 1987, actually, in October of 1987, on Halloween, that I opened Club Paradise. And that was the beginning of the end of that whole adventure. It was the nightclub business which attracted some dark energy. And it was
from the 700th century. So this song was written by him, and it means that gnana, which is knowledge, and bhakti, which is devotion, are one and the same. So that's what he's saying. So this is pranam, which is to the entire Mother Earth, the universe. I take the blessings, and in my thought, word, and deed, I greet you. So we say namaste. Shall we all say namaste?
Namaste.
We bow our head, which is in my thought, in my hand, which is my deed, and my word, I greet you. That's what namaste means. This classical dance was composed and written almost 6,000 years ago in an ancient country of India, where 12 rivers flow, mountains in the north shake with thunder.
A number of things from us, and we ask one of you. One, you can indicate you'd like more information.